guys, today we're gonna do a little quick, easy Pernil recipe. Alright, we're gonna show you how to make a roast pork. Well, as I said before, Pernil, this is gonna be a pork butt, not a pork shoulder. You can use either or. A very quick, easy recipe. Simple, a lot simpler than people make it out to be. You're gonna see 50 million different recipes out there. This one works. I can guarantee you if you do it like I'm doing it, you'll enjoy it, you'll like it. We have to get a mug. Simple ingredients. We're going to use some minced garlic. Some minced garlic here. We're going to use, of course, adobo. And we're going to use olive oil. That's going to be what we use. Alright, guys? Give me 1 second here while I get a cup. Okay, we'll go ahead and use a Puerto Rico cup. How about that? Alright? You're going to take this and you're going to put your ingredients in here. You're basically going to take olive oil, which is what I like to use. Don't worry, we have more where this came from. This is the end of this one, so. You're going to take these ingredients, combine them all in this cup. We'll go ahead, we'll do two tablespoons. Then we're going to take the adobo. And yes, we are going to put a ton of this in here. We're going to mix it all together. You want it to look like this. It's a slurry. You're making a nice little marinade. This one isn't too big. This particular size here, because this is not. I'm not making it for a giant family. This is only going to be for 2 people right now. So that's what we're going to do, and this is more than enough. Usually, when you make a pernil, you end up making a nice giant one. You know, you could feed an army with. Add a little bit more oil in there. And that's what you want it to look like. It's going to look like this. Alright. Now we're going to move on to this over here. We're going to cook it on this rack, but this rack is going to be out of it for right now while I let it marinate for a few hours before we cook it. Normally you would do this, you could do this on in a oven bag and let it sit overnight in the bag to sit and soak in. But if you do it at least a few hours before you do it, you're okay. You'll be just fine. We're going to go ahead and cut this open. Now they have this set up as a roast, so it has a little netting on it. We are going to remove that. Of course, be careful not to cut your hands, folks. Now I'm going to reach over and grab the pan that we're going to prep it in. I'm going to put it into the pan. Hopefully you guys can see this. We've got a nice roasting pan here. Put that to the side, and we're going to clean this up. I'm nuts when I cook. I really worry about cross-contamination and things like that always, so you'll see me do stuff like this always. I want to put the pan in here so we can get to the next step of seasoning this thing up, so you guys can see, because it's kind of a little involved. You gotta kind of get dirty. Can't be scared to get dirty. All right. Again, you're gonna see, I'll probably get some hate in the comments, but like I said, there's 50 million grandma recipes out there how to make a pernil, and it seems like it's overwhelming and complicated. And what you see me doing here is all you need, and you will love the taste of this. Of course, you can always change and add whatever you would like to your own, but this is the very basic 1, 2, 3 recipe for this that comes out perfect every time. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and stab it up. I could see why. I've never used this particular cut before to make it. You can use a pork butt, but this one here happened to be cut and sliced up. So we're gonna go ahead. That's why they had the netting on it. We're gonna go ahead and do it like this. You're gonna stab it all up, stab it all up. Actually, this is kind of cool because it'll be able to hold flavor all throughout. This should come up excellent, excellent, excellent. So. Okay, now, once you stab it all up, now we're good. You're going to take your slurry, stir it up nice, and we're going to pour it all over it. Want to move you guys a little closer so you could see. All right, we're gonna get it all over it. And you're gonna massage it in, and you're gonna put your fingers into the holes that you just made to get this into it. And this is, like I said, you can't be afraid to get a little dirty here, because this is where all that flavor is going to come from later. All right, so we're going to do all it like this. And again, you could let this sit overnight. You could let this sit. I've even done this as I'm doing it right now, and I've actually thrown it in the oven like this, and it actually comes out beautiful. But we're going to let this one sit for a little bit to let all the soy seasoning soak in. And we'll throw it in. And of course, I cook this without cover. Some people do it with a cover. I leave it uncovered the entire time to make sure it roasts the skin up real nice. See, so we're gonna do this. Let all this in here sit beautiful like this. Now you would do this with a pork shoulder. You could do this with this. You could even do this with turkey if you like. A lot of people like to do turkey this way as well. Turkey I have a whole different way of doing. And that's it. That's all you need right there. You're going to let this sit like this now. I'm going to let this sit for a few hours before I start to cook it. And then we'll come back. I'll show you guys when I make the rice. And when I make the rice, and when I make make this and it comes out of the oven and we slice it all up nice. Let me go wash my hands. So as you guys see on my channel, you get a little food, you get a little car stuff, and a little baseball stuff. What's better than that, right guys? Alright, I'll show you guys again when this is cooked and when we start doing the rice. Okay guys, so now what we're gonna do is we're ready to put it into the oven. I don't cook it on top of all of the stuff that we have in here. We're gonna take it and we are gonna pick it up. I'll rub it around in here a little bit. Make sure we got some good stuff in here all over the place, right? Then what we're gonna do is pick it up and we're gonna put it on top of the rack. Now, this is gonna be a little difficult to do with one hand while I got you guys watching here, but that's what we're gonna do. We got this one here. We're gonna pick this one up, and that's what I didn't want to do is get that dirty, that handle. But we're good. Now we're gonna place it on top of the rack here. And yes, guys, I'm in the back working, making some more content while I'm also doing this. So here we go. We got all this beautiful right there. And this is what it looks like. All right, we got it there like this. Now we're gonna throw it in the oven, 350 degrees, just like this, with no cover. It's gonna make all this nice and charred and crispy, and I'll show you guys when it's done. Okay guys, we are done. This is gonna be put back in the oven just to stay on warm, and we're gonna go ahead and make the rice. That's exactly how I like it. That's why I do not cover it. Make this nice and hard. This is gonna harden up real nice. We're good to go. Be right back in a second. Okay guys, now we're gonna go ahead and make our arroz con gandules, rice with pigeon peas. Alright, now there's gonna be 50 million different recipes to do this. We're gonna do it the way I do it. It's gonna come out just fine. If you follow this, it'll be very good. You won't be complaining. But like every other recipe, there's 50 million ways to do it, and 5 grandmas will do it a different way. So we're gonna do it the way I do it. We're gonna throw in some sofrito. Again, I prefer the frozen kind because it lasts longer. The other one that you buy that comes in a jar, some people like to make it fresh. The other one that comes in a jar goes bad. So this one lasts longer, of course, being frozen. Do about 2 tablespoons is what I like to do, or to taste. To each his own. Oh, sorry guys, moved you. Alright, we're back over here. Yeah, I moved the whole damn thing. Alright, we're there. Now we're going to throw in some recaito. We're going to also throw in some red peppers. These are roasted red peppers. They're not hot. We're going to cut this up nice. We're going to throw in some olives. Some people like them, some people don't. Of course, these are pitted. They do not have pits in them. Who remembers being a little kid eating at grandma's and you got an olive with a pit in it? I know that happened to me many times. All right, so we got that. For this, we're gonna go ahead and make. I'm gonna make 4 cups of rice. So for the 4. I'm not going to use tocino. Okay, we're going to use the ham flavor packet, all right? We're going to use sazon. Now, this is where you get the color for the yellow rice from. I'm going to use 2. If you use 1, it'll be lighter. You use 2, it'll be darker, so on and so forth. I wouldn't go any more than 2 unless you're making a ton more rice than this, because it would be super, super salty then. Use Goya, pigeon peas, etc. I prefer to use el jibarito, but if I get the Goya, I get the Goyas. That's fine. They work just fine. These are supposedly dry. It says on the can, but if you see, there's a ton of liquid in these. Show you guys now. We drain the liquid because this is all part of your measure for when you do your rice. If you don't take this liquid out, you have to kind of compensate for it and you'll end up with amogollado rice, which is what we don't want. For those that know what amogollado is, a sticky, moist rice. We don't want that. So we throw the gandules in here. I'm going to do 4 cups of rice, so I'm going to put 4 3/4 cups of rice. So we use 4 cups of water. If you wanted to, you can add garlic to this, etc. But I have enough garlic that I put on the roast pork itself. So we're not going to do that, or I'm not going to do that for me this time. Now we're just going to put this at high heat and bring it to a boil. Be back in a sec. All right, I wish you guys could smell this, but this actually smells wonderful already, and it's just boiling up. All the seasonings, everything melting in nice together. We got this sitting over here. Had a little piece that was stuck to right here. Excellent, amazing. Tastes wonderful. We're gonna cut this up beautifully. Okay guys, we got a rolling boil now. And that's what we look like, all right? More rice because we battery ran out, so. I'm sure everybody recognizes this. That's watching, so we'll throw that in there like that. Now, we're back to a rolling boil after we put the rice in. We're going to stir it. As I'm stirring it, I'm scraping the bottom. Now, this is where a lot of people mess up. Now you got to lower this. We brought it down from high heat all the way down to about medium high. And we're going to let this start to simmer down and boil down. And I'll show you guys what it looks like after when it's doing all that. Alright, we're boiling down now. Medium heat, medium high. Let it boil up some more. We're going to let this water keep evaporating and evaporating. As it evaporates more down, whatever you do, even if you think it's taking long to evaporate, do not ever turn up the heat again. If you do, you're going to burn it. And that's it. Once it's burned, it's burned. You have smoked rice, literally. Alright, we're getting there now. We're getting there. See how it's got that little bit of a, kind of like a skin forming on top? See that? See all the nice colors for the pepper and the olives we got in there. Let that simmer a little bit more. Let it boil down a hair more. Then we're going to put the cover on and put it on low heat. Be back in a sec. Okay guys, we're looking good right now. Now we can go ahead, put the lid on, put it on low heat. Now low and slow, we'll be back. Alright guys, here we go. Now, remember what I said before. We're going to take it off. Don't let it go back in. Let the water go over here. Alright? Now there you go. Beautiful, beautiful, colorful yellow rice with pigeon peas. Came out nice. I could smell it. I wish you guys could, but take my word for it. Now we're going to plate and cut up the pernil. Alright, we're going to take that. We're going to put you guys right here. I wish you guys could smell it, but take my word for it. It smells wonderful. That little piece I had earlier was amazing. Now with the pork shoulder, you're gonna get more cuerito. With this, you got some cuerito and some fat. And this is a little bit of a leaner cut versus the pork shoulder, but still tastes amazing. Cooks up very nice. Smells wonderful. There you go, guys. And there you have it, guys. Arroz con gandules y pernil. Very good. Very tasty. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Please like, subscribe. Car content, some food stuff, some baseball stuff. It's all good. Take care, guys.